was 2021.
Let's call it what it is. It's blackmail. Because
I'm going to finish with this part of it.
yes,
This agreement's 2021,
correct.
and the last order of protection expired when?
I have a permanent order of protection
For you?
and my child.
Is that here?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the final one from August of 2022, I believe. And when that termination agreement was signed, the criminal protective order protecting only my...
Shh. Just a second. Would you ask her to just give me the order that makes it permanent in favor of herself?
Hey.
Hello, are you Deborah?
Yep, but that's me.
All right.
You are Damon?
Yep,
See how it works?
yep. First and foremost, all rides are recorded for safety. You got a 16-minute ride. You don't mind daytime TV, do you?
Nope.
All right, fantastic. Again, I want to thank you for riding with Uber.
You're more than welcome. It's only my third time ever doing it. And I like it.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
So what are we watching?
It's just Judge Judy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just something to pass the time.
Real key to finding the upper face was making a firm decision to try.
some of these are a riot.
Yep, yep.
Okay, there is a permanent order of protection in favor of the plaintiff and the child, against, and you are the respondent.
Correct.
And it is a no contact order.
Correct.
Okay, so this settlement agreement that you entered into, sir, says that any future contact with you may be arranged provided there is no restraining or criminal protective order in place and initiates the contact. So there is a permanent restraining order in place. You have no right to seek anything with regard to this child. As long as that permanent restraining order is in place, there's nothing here that gives you any right to file cases. I'm just telling you, that's the law. That's what your settlement agreement says. You agree with that?
Of course.
And you would agree that you have filed multiple proceedings in order to see your son. How many?
Only one.
He's filed 2 petitions in the state of Arizona and 1 petition in the state of California.
That's incorrect, ma'am.
I have a copy of
I'd
it.
like to see them. You sure? 2 in Arizona, 1 in California, after your parental rights were terminated.
I filed the request that the restraining order be set
Just a
aside.
second, you said 1. She says 3. There's a difference. 1 and 3.
This is first Arizona, California, and second Arizona.
That would be 3.
That's one hearing, ma'am.
Well, it would be 3. 2 in one state, 1 in another state. Where do you work, sir?
Oh, I'm self-employed.
Where's your office?
I have a home office
Where's your home?
in Georgia.
Now, I'm going to tell you, you have no right to have any contact with her or your son. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Very good. And you did have contact, ongoing contact with her when there is a permanent restraining order in favor of her and your son to keep you away.
Correct.
But the defense,
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'd like to hear, because your defense here is that you were forced to sign a document terminating your parental rights, and the courts should vacate it.
No, I did not ask for that.
Well, what'd you ask for?
My ask of the court was not to vacate this order. I do not care about vacating this order. My ask of the court was to set aside the restraining order and hire a guardian ad litem to see if my son wants to see me or not.
And the judge said,
The judge said that the statute of limitation on that has passed, that I should have should have filed an appeal back in 2020. So
Judge, all I have to do is read your settlement. The settlement says that you cannot move to see your child unless, one, there is no longer a restraining order in favor of the child. The only thing that you can do to mitigate this settlement agreement is to go back to the court and say, I'm moving to vacate the order, the permanent restraining order. It's going to be denied, so you could save yourself some money. And then I would ask the court to assign a guardian ad litem to see if my son wants to see me.
that's exactly what I did.
Just a second. They didn't vacate the order. Well, then you can't file.
I didn't.
Just
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened in March. And I did not find anything since then, ma'am. She's doing this because I filed one time in 4 years a request to set aside the restraining order so I can see my son that she has kidnapped.
I'm not getting into that.
If I may,
Yes.
So because he has fought the restraining order over and over and over again over the last, since it was issued in 2016, Mr. Libiani was actually declared vexatious litigant in the state of California in 2019, and then
Would you
he
look
was
that up,
declared
please?
again.
That was from 2008.
I have a copy of that
I'd like
order.
to see it.
I also have a copy. This is my permission to direct me to file. It's granted by the judge.
While she's looking for that order, sir, I would just like to know, can you tell me, you haven't seen your son since
18.
2018 and have had no communication with him?
Not by my choice.
I think, of course, by your choice, sir. Of course, it's by your choice. You agreed to terminate your parental rights and have no rights whatsoever to see him.
No, ma'am. That's not what happened.
He is on the list. The date December 12th, 2019. He was added to that list.
Just a second. So in 2019,
Yes.
you were added to the list of people who could no longer file any actions relative to this case in the state of California.
Without permission of the judge.
And some judge who didn't read it right gave you permission. Ultimately, you were told you can't file.
No, ultimately I was denied because I should have appealed the order.
Oh, sure. Go, let me see.
This is the order that is vexatious litigant.
Sir, with any other children?
Yes.
How many?
2 more.
How old are they?
4 and 5.
Where do they live?
With me.
Are you married?
No. Divorced.
You got custody.
No,
Correct.
Your Honor, witnesses.
Just let him answer. Let him answer, please. You are the primary custodian of those children?
For the past 3 years. For the past 4
They,
years.
where is their mother? Oh, that would be you. Okay, stand up. You have 2 children. We do. 4 and 5 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
Do they live with you?
We have a no.
That's my question. That's relevant. They do not live with you.
No.
And they have not lived with you for the last 4 years.
Incorrect.
When was the last time they lived with you?
We do have an order. It's a temporary order. They do come see me on a frequent basis.
I didn't ask you whether they
Lived with me 2021.
So for that one, whatever. For the last several years, their father has been their sole custodian.
Not by my choice, no.
Who cares by a judge's choice? Yeah, and however judges usually say, we're supposed to say, we see no different in the sexes, mother, father, nobody has creator rights to a child, mother or father. Most judges say, you know, there's nothing wrong with the mother, that little kids should be, and the children were little then, we're going to let these little children be raised by their father. The father whose parental rights were terminated, and not whose parental rights terminated, but a final order of protection exists in favor of a child who is older than your children.
I do have something to say. This is all temporary in the state of
I want to tell you something, madam. 3 years isn't temporary. If I didn't see my dog for 2 days, I would say to myself, what happened? Oh, I like this over. I don't sit down. I got it. Sit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Your defense to her action was that you were blackmailed. And the reason you were blackmailed is because she said you're going to have to support him to the tune of $50,000. And that was enough for you to say, okay, where do I sign? much, sir.
It's too light. Could be a little more. I love it. Right? Look at that.
Chloe, the nuit de parfum intense.
Melissa Rachel plays her ex-husband. Adham Eladiani has used the court system to harass her for many years. Adham is countersuing for emotional distress, claiming Melissa refuses to let him see their son.
Okay, Judge, can I say something, please?
Just looking at this, this court has substantial concerns about the respondent's inability to understand the consequences of his behavior. Although the respondent has shown an ability at times to regulate his behavior.
There was judicial misconduct in my case, to the point where I shouted at this judge and his bailiff in the courtroom. And this is what he is referring to. And this is why he punished me and prevented me from having my son. Has nothing to do with serious actions of mine.
What prohibited you, Mr. Elbiani, from having your son was the fact that you agreed to terminate your parental rights.
It's incorrect, man.
Just a second, and you said, just a second, and you said that your defense to her action was that you were blackmailed. That's what you said to me. And the reason you were blackmailed is because you said you're going to have to support him to the tune of $50,000. And that was enough for you to say, okay, where do I sign? Can you just show me where I
That's
can...
incorrect, man.
let me see what it says.
$40,000 in 3.5 years.
Eventually, Melissa was able to adopt my son with her new husband because she blackmailed me. She said that if I didn't sign the paperwork, I would have to pay $50,000 in child support, which she knew I didn't have. She had attorneys and I couldn't afford a lawyer at the time, so I signed the paperwork.
She filed to hold me in contempt of the court order. And at the time I was a green card holder. So she used that, and if I violated that, I would have been deported.
Take this back. Okay.
Your Honor, he had an attorney for the adoption. I have a copy of his attorney, the court assigning him one.
Did the court assign you an attorney for the adoption? Okay. So you were represented by counsel.
Correct?
Good. Okay. It's a particularly sad case, but not very difficult to rule on. You may have made a mistake when you consented to terminate your parental rights. May have, which allowed for your son to be adopted. You can't continue to torture her. Don't speak. I'm ruling now. So you can't continue to torture her. And there has to be some financial consequence for you because 2 judges have already told you you have to stop annoying her.
Actually,
Don't. Speak the judge. Hey, what part of my mouth don't you understand? This is not a back and forth anymore. Now I'm ruling. And what I'm telling you is, sir, this is my ruling.
And that's an incorrect ruling.
This is my ruling. This is my ruling. Listen to me. This is my playpen. They cut off your mic. So it's like my not hearing you. I'm ruling now, and I'm telling you that I am awarding her $5,000 to send a message to you. Do not bother her again. However, so that's my judgment. I'm dismissing your counterclaim as it is of no merit. But what I'm suggesting to you is, and this is just a suggestion, he clearly, in the mind of some judge, was sufficiently fit to be a full-time custodian for 2 small children because she may have had. I don't know what kind of problem she had, but to grant custody to a father who has a protective order for another child permanently during his minority, it must have been some beaut of evidence. Don't shake your head. So all I'm saying to you is, I'm not so sure that somewhere down the line, your son would like to be able to see all of his half-siblings, the ones that you're going to have, and the ones that his father has. Maybe.
The mother and I have talked, and when it is safe, that is definitely something we're open to.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my ruling. Judgment for the plaintiff, $5,000. Thank you,
Your Honor.
This court is adjourned.
Let's double check with her. She was denied sanctions before.
He has no interest.
Do you have to have a special license to do this?
No, but I do.
Oh.
They're both scorned women.
The situation with all the kids.
No, I mean, what's so special about driving a car?
It's a problem.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if like
That's all I want.
if it's considered the same concept of like a taxi.
But we'll keep doing whatever.
Don't you have to have a special license for a taxi driver?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh,
Crunch time, a good thing.
you're one up on me. I thought you always did.
No, but I have my Class A CDLs.
Oh, okay.
So this
Yeah,
is
you're covered for everything.
this is like easy driving.
Yeah.
Restraining order, which is not a low burden to meet to receive a permanent restraining order, especially for a biological child. So I'm just wondering if that was an oversight on the judge that granted him custody of the two younger ones, or maybe the plaintiff's witness, the mother of those children, really had a record that we didn't see. Because I can't think of a reason why I or any judge should be granting that sort of custody to someone who had this outstanding permanent restraining order.
Don't know. Except she was probably abused with something. And as between foster care and state care and father, corporate custodians at the time, that incident.
Yeah, I think I was in here earlier this morning.
Pardon?
I think I dropped someone off here earlier.
Oh.
Aside from the fact that she was trying to make it quite really hard, since he is raising these two young children.
Yeah, I'm sure you get a lot in here.
Yeah,
Of this, like they should consider it an IC.
it's a lot of homes in here.
Yep.
Have at least been talking with regard to that.
You know, I would agree, and I usually agree with that sentiment of the children always come first, and they should meet their half siblings. But I think there's a lot underlying that permanent restraining order that we did not hear here today. So you never know what's going on. But she seemed open to it when it was safe, so that was a super tip.
It's pothole city too lately.
Yep.
For breach of contract.
Court come to order. All rise. Have a seat, please. Thank you. Mr. Hay, you're a musician.
I'm a songwriter and I sing songs on the lyrics.
That's music. Mr. Hill, you make music videos.
Yes, I have a video production company
For how long?
since 2006.
Over 4 years?
No,
Just 2 years.
yes, ma'am.
Do you have a place in business?
Yes, I work at my home.
So your place of business is big. Do you have a studio in the restaurant?
No, no.
Where do you record this music?
Most of the time we do it on location, but I haven't done a music video in almost 10 years.
When you say video business, you have to do music videos.
Right, yeah.
What kind of videos?
Well, we've done a small film. We have a movie for then the original animation that we do. We
Are
also
you
have-
here on the right side?
I know if I'm on the left side and it's just after you get over this hump. See the black car by itself?
Yes.
That's it.
Working on,
All right. Again, I want to thank you for riding with Uber.
Oh, thank you.
how do you run a regular?
Sure makes my life easier.
Okay, now that's really-
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Do you advertise making videos?
Absolutely not. Only reason I did this was as a favor.